Y'all see what it is? Yes, welcome to the Daily Canon, and I have the pleasure, the privilege to be joined by a super talented, super soulful, super thoughtful individual for the culture, the one and only Major.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's good, my brother? Shoot, from Grammy nominated to every award nominated.
You know what? I'm heavy nominated.
Nominated.
I just need the trophy. Let this be the year of the trophy. Because it's from Grammy to Soul Train, Image Award, 8-time Image Award, Stellar Dove. I'm like, okay, nomination's done.
Because you're Mr. Love. Yeah. That's what that is, man.
Yeah.
From Why I Love You to, I feel like when it comes to like that real connection, like you're the soul man of today that we used to have, but now that we get to see for this generation, and you connected in such a strong way. So, man, it's a pleasure. And now we go from love to prayer.
Well, listen, let me say this. So for those that are like, who is this dapper Negro? Major is my real name.
That's born name.
My born name.
Yes.
My mama named me Major. I'm my mama's favorite hope dealer. I just capitalize every letter and add a period because I mean that. And it's easier to Google me that way. All right, you can get to me faster. But for those that don't know, I'm the guy that sings a song. This is why I love you. This is why I love you. And Stevie said, I believe this will be the wedding love song for years to come. And good brother Nick, it has changed my life.
Yeah, I'm saying it has. I've seen it.
Listen, bro, this song hasn't died yet, and I'm grateful. It's been a cool ride on TV, film, all the good stuff. But you're right. The new one is I Prayed for You.
I Prayed for You. So tell me about this one. I mean, because you're also a very spiritual brother, soulful and spiritual at the same time. Why was it important to drop this record now? Tell me what it's all about.
Wrote it during the pandemic. You know what was happening during the pandemic. If we weren't at home, we were on the front line trying to help people that were trying to catch their breath. And like at the end of the day, I'm an empath, and I kind of feel everybody's stuff. Pause. I feel everybody's situation. I feel and the burden was heavy, and I was just like, yo, we need a conversation that reminds people that you're not forgotten and that you're not alone in this. Mental health is a very real thing, and I think a lot of people went introspective. They haven't had to sit with themselves in a long time and just literally listen. Depression was strong, anxiety was strong, and so I was like, let me speak to something that can intercept all of that. And so I Pray for You is that love letter to the ones I love and to the heart of the world that we're gonna be all right. And we launched it as my new single just recently, and the timing was crazy because with the political climate, we needed that reminder. Black women needed that reminder that we appreciate you. We always expect, Black women to stand up and be the strong ones, but that expectation should actually turn to appreciation. And so this is that love letter.
Man, that's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's poignant for many reasons. But I feel like you're an old soul, man.
Bruh, I am. They've been calling me uncle and OG since I was 15. My teachers used to talk to me about their problems. I'm like, I just
young
need to know
man.
in my
Like, where's
past.
the insight come from? Where do you get it? You're from Texas, so you got
H-Town.
You got some that southern hospitality, that comfort that comes from down there. But have to say like, look, I need to speak to the core of our community right now with I Prayed for You. I mean, that's insightful.
It's been on me for a long time. Literally, I remember kindergarten, Miss Kilborn. During the nap time, she would literally talk to me about life. I'd sit up and just be talking about life while the rest of the class is asleep. And I'm like, so Miss Kilborn, do you think that the world can be better than this? And like, we're just talking and just going and just having real conversations.
You was popping at your kindergarten teacher?
Listen. And it was wild. I remember the philosophies of a little dab would do you with the glue. And it immediately connected that you don't always have to do everything for it to be enough.
Right.
You know, and so like man, it was wild growing up. They made me a peer mediator in school. I used to tell the counselor I got it from here. Old young man. Used to talk with the counselor as my therapist. My counselor's like, listen, I'm only here to tell you what classes to pick. And I'm like, well, let's talk about life, you know. So it's just been in me, bro. From an early age, I'm that kid. I'm one of 13 siblings. Blended family.
Oh, I was about to say, you cut from my cloth.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You got a big family. You got a lot of. It's blended family, so you got all these halves and all this stuff. But yeah, that's just been what it is, and I have this interesting way of breaking down the complex things simply. Like I can help people understand the complexities of life in a simple way, and I have the language for it, and so I lean in with it. It's helped me. It's opened doors. It's been an interesting ride, you know, but we're here.
Man, I love it, man. And you're here in the Daily Cannon newsroom, and we're going to jump into I Prayed For You.
Yes,
with,
sir.
The group.
Yes,
we
sir.
got a lot of opinions.
Yeah. I would like to hear it. So far, it's been positive. So,
I don't think anybody can hate on a prayer song. So I think you're going to be all right.
No. If it ain't nice, I want to hear that. But
they keep it real up in here.
Yeah, I've seen.
We're gonna definitely get to it. So I always ask people this, and I get some interesting answers. But because your style is so unique to who you are, what emoji describes your music the best?
Oh, that's wild. What? What emoji? That's stupid. Let me look
Now
real
you're
quick.
gonna go look through them. Go ahead, take your time.
That's crazy. Hold on. Come on, emojis. This is crazy. The emoji that describes me the most is probably the crying, laughing emoji, because you'll see when we share the space, you'll see Major show up. I'm deep, but I'm silly, man. So that I always do the fist.
The fist
I'm
forward?
always the fist
the
forward
karate fist?
because I'm always like telling people like I'll empower anybody. I promise you after our session. Everybody's gonna feel like they can take over the world.
There it is.
And you're welcome in advance.
We need that today more than ever.
Yes, sir.
And you've been doing stuff within the community and through your movement. And that's the one thing I always find unique. I mean, we've shared spaces quite a few times, but even like when it is time for a major performance, or you talk to the people, you captivate but in the spaces, whether it's philanthropic efforts, whether it's charity, like you give your all. And I feel like it's probably going to be a movement what I prayed for you as well. So, so what we going to see? What you got going?
Well, I have my foundation, the Major Hope Foundation. MajorHopeFoundation.org is where you can find out more information. But it's a social action initiative committed to the amplification of hope. And what we do are random drops of hope, where it's likened to random acts of kindness, but we'll just like take over a grocery store or a gas station in underserved communities, or we just amplify messages of hope in affluent communities, because I don't think there's any level of economic status that will outbuy your need for hope. I'm a redefiner of the language of hope, because oftentimes we hear it as like a cliche, keep hope alive, or don't lose your hope. But I believe cliches were divinely intended to be repeated until we actually get them. And so for us, that message is this: hope is not the denial of reality. It's the commitment to believe greater is on the other side of it. So we're not pretending that struggle and circumstance aren't real. We're not pretending that it doesn't get tough sometimes and that life don't be lifing, because life be lifing. But hope anchors you in mindset to the promise and to the track record of our Maker that every storm runs out of rain. And we literally are going to get out of this thing. And so that's on every level. That's what I'm pushing. I do confidence coaching for young people, helping them with effective communications and self-esteem, because when you build value systems, people live different. And so often I try to get to those communities that feel oppressed and remind them their values so they can make different choices. So on December 29th, the second annual Major Day of Hope, where we're taking over Los Angeles, going to host it in Grand Hope Park, downtown, on Hope Street. And we're just going to just bless the folk, from gas cards, from, grocery cards, food, music, some of everything. I do hand warmers, because you got to think of the practical stuff that actually
Socks.
responds to the needs. Socks,
Yeah.
yes, I do all of that. And then we just make stops. Like, I just thought of one today, this week. We're going to stop by a laundromat and just pay for everybody's clothes to be washed. Imagine that. Like, I don't know if anybody in here has been the one that had to go to a laundromat, but I remember those days.
I remember them days.
Bruh. And just
going down the street with your mama and them rolling carts. pulling
moving
your
the
clothes.
carts and stuff. And so I was just like, yo, I want to go to those places. And so it hits different. And we do it intentionally right after Christmas and right before the new year, because, most people overspend to try to prove love, during Christmas time. And then they're trying to figure out how to start and begin again. So the hope comes in right in time. So that's Major Day of Hope. And I pray for you as the anthem. And, we already hit the Billboard. I think we broke 60 on the top 100 for soul and gospel. So I'm excited, bro.
We're going to take it to the top, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's go.
The Hope Dealer.
Yes, sir.
The one and only Major. Let's get into that I Prayed for You
Yes,
on the
sir.
Daily Canon.